Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fandom Minutes. I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm Brian.
And today we got a pretty good episode for you. Brian, you want to go ahead and tell them what we're doing?
Today we are going to go over Hunt Showdown. I was really into this game. It is a good game. I haven't played it so much. I've been playing COD a lot, but this is still one of my top 10. Basically, we'll just get right in the video, and it describes it, and then we'll go on after that.
Okay, sounds good.
Right, so I'll go ahead and bring it up. Hello, everybody. I'm Spartan1803, and this is Hunt Showdown. Let me read you a little bit about the description of the game. Hunt Showdown is a PvP VE-based game where demonic creatures run rampant in a match-based first-person shooter where you are a member of a hunting organization who tracks down bounties on certain demons or targets and banish them back to hell. Sound is everything in this game, as you are not the only person after these bounties. If you die, you lose all your weapons, equipment, your hunter, and all your consumables, causing you to buy everything all over again and start over. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to tell you about is the main mode of Hunt Showdown, called Bounty Hunt. You'll hire a hunter, you'll buy weapons, gear, and consumables, and you'll enter a match with up to 11 other people. When you play this game, you can also play teams of 2 or 3, and then all the teams have the same objective, is to extract with the bounty. Now, to get this bounty, you have to kill a target, but you have to collect clues that are around the map to find the exact location of this target. Sometimes you can spawn pretty close to it. You can activate the target battle without finding clues if you just find the building that the target is in. A lot of them have sound cues, like the butcher, you can hear it stomping around. The spider, you can hear it, its feet, running around all over the place. Sorry, I just hit my mic because I was doing hand gestures. And then the assassin, I think it has like screeches and stuff like that. I haven't run across the assassin too much. It's been a while since I played. And I do want to apologize. I did plan to make this a lot more elaborate, but due to the circumstances, I haven't had time to catch footage. My kids have been home 24/7. So, and it's also a matter of finding quiet time to be able to do this. So basically, back to it, you have to find 3 clues per target. Once you find these clues, it'll darken out certain areas of the map, leading you to another area where the target could be or where the next clue is. To find these clues, you can go in a mode called Dark Sight. Dark Sight will bring up, if they're in the distance, it kind of looks like blue fireflies, and then once you get closer, it's kind of like a blue, cloudy look, and then when you're really close to the clue, it looks like kind of like blue flashing. So once you collect these 3 clues, it'll show you on the map where the target's at. It'll have like a red circle on it, and it marks the building where the target is. And there's lots of different ways people play. Like, you can find this building. Hold on, I need to switch hands on my mic. You can find this building, or you can and take the target out, or you can find the building and wait for someone else to take it out, or you can do that and then kind of come in the battle, in the middle of the battle, like somebody else is fighting the target. You can jump in the battle, kill that team, and then take out the target. I actually believe I have some footage of that. Matthew and Mikey, we all 3 of us went into a match, and we came upon a butcher battle where there was another team fighting it, and we went in there and took out that team. I believe we killed the butcher first. I think it was pretty well damaged. It was at least maybe 3/4 of health gone. But we ended up doing that, and we ended up getting that bounty. It's kind of a shiesty way to play. The way I like to play is I like to hunt other hunters. I'm not very successful at it, but it is kind of fun, following your target, your actual, not AI target, but your your actual opponents, that other people that are playing, to kind of stalk them and follow them around. I've had a couple successful ambushes, but not many. I'm still kind of new to the game. There was a match I was in where someone tried to ambush me while I was banishing one of the targets. It takes about like a minute or two. I'm not exactly sure on the timing on that, but it was pretty interesting. I protected my backside. Like I put up traps. There's certain traps you can lay down, and then I watched the other entry point to the building I was in. And it was really cool because this person tried to sneak in. Like, I completely predicted it and everything. I'm like, this person, if anybody comes, they're going to come from over here. And sure enough, they come through this hole in the wall, and I can barely see them move on the other side of this blanket due to a hole in the blanket. And I lit them up and took them out. It was pretty cool. Now, after you collect the bounty, you gain another ability in your dark sight. What you can do is you can go into dark sight, and this lasts for up to 5 seconds or between your team. So, I mean, you can use the full 5 seconds for one player, and it's gone for the whole team. So usually what I see a lot of people do, or what I try to do, is just scan for a second. Like, I'll go into dark sight, and I'll spin around in a circle just to make sure that, you can't see any hunters. Because what that ability is you have the ability to see other hunters that are around you through walls, through objects to a certain distance. So you can use that and kind of scan your area to make sure it's safe to go out. Because, like I said, a lot of people they'll wait until the target is killed, and then during the banishing process they'll push, or after the person picks up the bounty, they'll push, because other hunters that don't have the bounty also have an ability in dark sight that's unlimited, where you can locate the bounty carriers through dark sight. It's just like a lightning strike. It'll strike around an area where those people are. You can even bring up the map, and then the lightning strike will show on the map, showing those people carrying the bounty. So, I mean, it's difficult. It's not easy. You're not home free once you kill the boss, and then start making your way to the extraction point. But once you get the bounty, your health is refilled completely, and you gain the dark side ability for 5 seconds. So what you want to do is you'll get to an extraction point, and then it takes 30 seconds to extract, and then you'll gain all that experience. But if you get killed, you'll only get half experience, and you won't get an extraction experience either. So we're going to move over to the next mode, which is called Quick Play, so to speak. So the other mode of Hunt Showdown is called Quick Play. Quick Play is a 15-minute match where you start with a random hunter and randomized weapons. You can choose between like a low-powered pistol, a low-powered shotgun, rifle, or a blunt damage weapon. It's kind of the same as bounty hunt in aspects that you have to close rifts and then hunt down if you don't have somebody with the Wellspring. So you close 4 rifts and you get this thing called the Wellspring, which is like we'll call it a supernatural energy that transfers to you as the player, and it saves your soul at the end of the match. So basically, once you get 4 rifts, which are basically clues from the bounty hunt mode of the game, you gain the Wellspring. You start gaining power from the Wellspring. You activate it. And then over time, the energy transfers to you, but while that's happening, other hunters are hunting you. They can find you, just like the power that you get in dark sight. After you pick up a bounty, you can see enemy players through walls and stuff like that. You can do that to the carrier of the Wellspring. So basically, as the Wellspring carrier, you're supposed to last till the Wellspring has completely transferred to you. Killing other players will increase the time that it transfers to you, so it'll do it a little bit faster. Sorry, I need to adjust my mic here. As the person without the Wellspring, you have to hunt down this person, and then when you kill them, it will transfer the Wellspring to you. Now, while this is all going on, you're collecting rifts, or protecting yourself, or hunting the Wellspring carrier. you can pick up different weapons around the map. And what's really interesting about this mode is, in Bounty Hunt, you have to buy all your stuff. You have to buy weapons that you've lost or recently unlocked. You have to hire a new hunter, buy new equipment and consumables. So when you do quick play, any weapon, if you win, any weapon or equipment and the hunter that you win with, if you win, that all carries over and it's free. So what you'll do is, like, when you go to recruit a new hunter, you'll go to Soul Survivors, and then that will let you pick from all the hunters that you had and all the equipment you had if you won matches of quick play. It's a cool twist, and it kind of helps out if you're low on money. I don't really buy expensive loadouts. I mainly use the Winfield and the Silence and the Gamp and a knife. I use med kit. And I can't remember what consumables I had. I know it was a vitality shot, but I can't remember the last one. It was one of the traps. I think it was a Constantina ball or a Constantina trap. But that's basically Hunt Showdown in a nutshell. I do apologize. I couldn't have done this longer. I couldn't have done it in more depth that I wanted to. I literally had to stop about 15 separate times. Trash truck drove by, and my kid was crying. My other kid comes in from outside shouting my name because she caught a frog. So, and then plus all the mess ups I had in between. I'll try to go over this and maybe address anything after this video that I did miss. I'm pretty sure there's a lot. But that's all for now, guys. I really appreciate your time. I play Hunt Showdown here and there. I'm mainly in the Call of Duty right now, but if you want to check me out, I'm on Twitch, Spartan1803, no spaces between the letters and numbers. All right, thanks, guys.
All right. You guys got any questions?
Yeah, definitely. So it's a very unique game. There's not been a game exactly like this. What is your favorite thing about the game?
One thing, like I briefly touched on in the beginning, is the sound. Like in the description, I said sound is everything when I was reading from the website, and it is. Sound is everything. There's glass on the ground. You can hear people walk across. There's chains hanging. You guys probably saw. There's crows that if you disturb the crows, they'll fly off, and other players on the other side of the map, or even not on the other side of the map, can tell which direction you're going and where you're located at. Like when you scare the crows off, they fly away from you. And what a lot of people will do, they'll take throwing knives and throw them on the other side of the crows, so the crows go that way while you're originally going that way, kind of as a diversion.
A bamboozle.
It's really cool. Like sound is so much. Like one of the things I wrote down is it was nominated for best sound design for an indie game.
Nice.
So it was really cool. A couple of the other things I wrote down I just thought were cool facts. The game was originally going to be called Hunt Horrors of the Gilded Age, and it was a spiritual successor to Darksiders.
No way, really?
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool because, it goes together like, it's the apocalypse for Darksiders. Right. So I thought that was really neat.
You said it was a spiritual successor. Would this have been a prequel to Darksiders or an actual sequel?
I can't remember if it was supposed to be after Darksiders 1. It was during the whole transition when the original company that made Darksiders was getting bought out by another company, and these other people stepped in. And it was a lot different. Like I saw some actual like raw footage of like when it was first designed, and it was nothing like what it is now.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find a link, and maybe you can plug it in the description or show a short clip of it.
Okay, cool. That'd be cool. So I played this with you some. I actually saw my tag in the video. I really like it too. I kind of was like watching it kind of from behind the scenes, kind of watching trailers for it and stuff. And, it worried me. So my main thing that pulled me away from the game that almost made me not want to play it was the fact that if your hunter dies, you lose your hunter. So is there any reassurance you can give people that are like, I don't want to play this game, I don't want my hero to die?
I'm not going to lie, you're probably not really going to want to play it when you first start playing. There's a huge learning curve to this game, and it's hard to get used to. Like, you have to deal with the NPCs, all the the characters and zombies going around, and then you have to deal with other actual players like yourself, and
Right.
it can be tough. Like I know I had issues at the beginning. Like I'd probably get paired in with like maybe one or two other people. That match that I showed a quick play, I was probably only in there with one other person. So it's kind of hard to say. What I go off, I set my region to U.S. East, and then I set my secondary region to Europe, and I noticed a lot more players and servers after that.
Nice. That's a good
Because
tip.
I mean, you get on Twitch and you look up Hunt Showdown, I guarantee 9 times out of 10 you're going to run into somebody that's foreign, overseas. You know, someone
Yeah.
from England playing it or Germany or something like that. There's I'm not sure what nationality he is, but Psycho Ghost. He has a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to play the game, tricks and tips and stuff like that. And he does nonsense loadouts. He calls them meme
Nice.
loadouts, where they're just like they're stupid, underpowered loadouts, but he still wins with them.
Right.
Nice. So we were just talking about the fact that your characters, can die. Now, I've played with you a couple times as well, and I know that some of the more like DLC characters and stuff, if they die, you just have to repurchase that character or whatever it is with the in-game currency, right?
Bonds.
Now, when it comes to the regular stuff, I know that your first 10 levels, you get kind of a retry on
I think it was like the first 10 or 11. I thought it was 15 at first. I'm pretty sure it was 10.
Right. Okay. Do you feel like that's a fair? You feel like that's fair?
Yeah, it gives you the chance to learn the game because I mean, depending on what loadout you're going with, it's not cheap. But I mean, that's another reason why I like doing quick play a lot because if you win, you carry all that over and they're with you, and you get confrontations with other actual players.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be difficult. I mean, even if you're pitted up against someone and you're forced to use a certain weapon, it's going to make you better.
Right.
Sure.
Unless you find the weapon that you like.
Right.
So, as far as the content of the game, what do you feel like was probably its strongest, the strongest part of the game?
Like, if you could elaborate on that, or like, what did you like? What do you mean by that?
So, what do you think they did really well, and then what's something you think that maybe they could have improved on, or maybe you think they did everything good?
There's still tons of glitches, but I mean they're still improving. They added two new enemies. Like there's a grunt, just like one of the casual ones that walk around called the Doctor, and when you kill him, he drops a med kit. And then like the one at the beginning you saw me stabbing over and over again it's called a Husk or Armored. They made one of those that has barbed wire wrapped around it, so you can't really get that close to it without taking damage.
Oh, dang.
And like one of the things I wanted to point out, like anybody that was watching the video wondering why I'm smacking these grunts with my gun when I could just shoot them with the gun, is like it's all about silence. Like I mean, there's people out there that know the gun by like the sound of the gunfire. They can call it out hearing it across the map. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Dedicated people, and I think they did really great on the sound in the game. And anything that's like maybe a disappointment would be minor disappointment is glitches. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it's not a newer game for PC, but it is for console. It's been out for a little over a year for Xbox, and it just came out February 22nd for PS4. And they've got like a roadmap of all the stuff they're looking to improve. I think they're going to add a new map. They've added new weapons.
Nice.
Excuse me.
So I know from playing. Sorry, I keep throwing on all these questions.
No, you're good.
Not giving Matt a chance to say anything.
God.
I know from me playing, the one complaint I had was, and I understand it was originally a PC game, so it was optimized for that.
I think I know where you're going.
The way you interact with everything
The
on
menu?
the menu, yes.
Slow.
With that
Cursor.
mouse cursor, I guess you could call it.
Like moves around.
I wish they'd improve on
I
that.
can't even find it. Since the update, I went to play a game to get more footage, and my sensitivity was way up for some reason. So I don't know if that's something that just kind of didn't save when the update happened. Like you have to reset all your stuff.
Oof.
That's what I'm assuming. But yeah, and like I tried to bring up the menu and it wouldn't let me. Like I couldn't find my cursor to bring it down to the options and set my sensitivity down.
Nice. That sounds like something that they should try to work on improving. But for the
Yeah.
most part, I myself never found anything that was too bad. Nothing that broke the game or anything like that.
Right.
I think it was really well put together. I think they made a really good game.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what they do next with it. Honestly.
Yeah, I like it. It's if I were to give it a genre type, it's like a very slow paced battle royale kind of feeling. I mean, either you outlast everyone or you extract. There's basically the only two ways to win the game. I mean, even if you outlast everybody, you still have to extract in a bounty hunt mode.
Right. Matt, you got any questions? I see the wheels kind of turning there.
Right, yeah. So like I said, I've been kind of watching this from the dark for quite a while, just kind of, now I didn't know about it when it was on PC, but when they started talking about bringing it to the consoles is when I kind of first heard about it. And, so, like I said, I've been kind of watching trailers and stuff, and I liked the whole fact that it was like old Western. Like this isn't like a new,
It's like
a new
1980 or 1890s, not 1980s.
Yeah, 1890s. Yeah. And then so I like that because you have all these new modern games and/or futuristic ones, and those are great. I love those games, like Halo, for example. But I liked the fact that this one was old Western, and there's only a few good old Western games out there, like Red Dead Redemption. And so I liked that this was an old Western, and I think it really gave the game more character because you're fighting these monsters, that are creepy. They're like you said, apocalyptic, and I think it was really cool that you were this old Western. So you didn't have these like machine guns to take them out. You got like a freaking shotgun, and so you can't just mow these guys down. You have to play smart, and so I like that.
Right.
Yeah, man, me too. I think it kind of gives it the slow pace aspect. It fits along perfect with it.
So, as far as the gameplay goes, do you think that like the premise of the game, do you think it's something that'll catch on with other games, or do you think it's always going to be its own unique thing? Or
I want the game to be that big to where it does that, but it's just not. It's like I've seen, and I agree with it. I've seen plenty of videos where it's like the game you're not playing that you should be.
Right.
And like I mean, when we played it about a year ago, the demo of it, I completely forgot about it after that. I was watching this guy on Twitch that I normally watch, and he rated another guy that was playing it. And I was like, holy crap, I remember this game.
Right,
I was like, how did I even forget about this game? And then like I started going on about it to you guys.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, it's something like Matt said. I watched trailers and stuff when it first was released or was going to be released, and it was one of those games where you're like, that looks cool, but you're really not sure about it.
Right. Yeah, it goes on the back shelf.
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah, like I like the concept, and like I said, I followed it for a long time because I thought the concept was really cool. But then, like you said, I'd forget about it, and then I'd see something about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to look into that. Does that come out yet? And then it wouldn't come out yet, and then I'll like wait a while, and then like, oh, I see that link again. Oh, I'll go check. Is that out yet? And then like the full game, like we said, we played the demo, and the next thing I know, it was out and it'd been out for a while, and I was like,
I was like, what did I miss? The first time I saw, it was a year or two before it came to console, so at least a year before it came to PC. I remember seeing Ashley post something about it on Facebook.
Oh wow!
And I can't remember if I had told you guys about it or not, but I didn't know how I felt about it because the whole aspect of having to restart your character. I mean, it does suck, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's a hard learning curve at the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's got its ups and downs with the whole, start over kind of thing. It's a scary concept.
Yeah.
When you think about games these days, I play a lot of Fortnite, and so the whole thing with that is you're leveling up. You're constantly moving up.
Yeah.
And you're getting all these different skins. You're getting all these different things, and just the thought of potentially losing something like that that scares me. It's
Yeah.
always scared me. And so this is a game that, you've really got to give it a chance before you just say, nah, it's not for me because I don't want to lose my characters and all that. Because, you're going to lose stuff early on. But like we said, you get like I'm pretty sure it's a 10 level curve before you
Yeah.
start losing things.
And I mean, like, if you die, I mean, you lose those weapons, but you don't have to unlock them again.
Exactly, yeah. And so I was expecting it to be like, okay, now, you lost all this stuff. Now you got to shell out $40 for, X amount of points to buy the stuff again. And it's not necessarily like that. Like, you get stuff just for doing things. I know that I doubled pretty much the what's it called, the in-game currency on there, the
Blood bonds.
yes, I doubled mine just after a couple of games because I was like leveling up and doing all kinds of stuff there. So like I said, it's something that I think people should give a chance because it's not as scary as it seems once you get into it, as far as the character loss and all of that.
I remember. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, like I remember, like the first couple games I played, I think I played one with you guys, and we were looking at something, and the next thing I know, I turn around and I'm getting smacked, and I jumped.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap.
And it's one of the coolest things about it is that it kind of forces you to play smart. It kind of forces you to play with a purpose and play with a plan. We played several games together, and I don't think we ever went in without having a plan figured out. And, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, that didn't work out, but let's try this now. No, if your plan didn't work the first time, you got to hope that you've got a backup plan ready to go because, like that time we were up against those guys and they snuck up on us and
we snuck out that back door. Remember?
Yeah,
they were coming in one door and we're like, we're gonna sneak out that way.
Well, was that the time that I shot the explosive barrel?
Yes.
And then we ran the other direction.
Yeah, and we ran the opposite direction.
They're gonna think we're here, so let's get.
Right.
But it's definitely a game you got to pay attention to because one brief minute of checking your phone or looking away, and somebody's on you. Like
it's over.
If it's not a person, so it's a monster.
Exactly. Like those guys, the immolators, is that what they're called? They can burst enough flames if you shoot them. Matthew.
Yeah, I'm all about to take one out. Next thing I know, here he comes with a knife and stabs it, and it goes boom. And all we wanted to do in that match was get a clue and extract. We ran into another team, and we killed that team, and then I was able to resurrect Matthew, and then we got blowed up.
One of the funniest clips I remember us making, and it's crazy for a game that's, I guess, kind of horror. There was a lot of funny moments in it. The time where we all caught on fire, and just as you had just put yourself out and you started healing up, I bump into you, catch you on fire again. Matt's over there; he's already on fire.
Yeah,
like it's just so much stuff going on. You just, it's hard to know what's going on, but it's so much fun to play. It's so exciting.
I do like the revive system in it. Like, you can be revived until your health bars run out, but every time you die, you lose a health bar. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I think I mentioned it in the video, but once you pick up a bounty, you gain all your health bars back, whether you've lost them or not.
Yes, that's nice.
Which is a really cool concept. It makes you, makes it so that you have a kind of a reason to go after those and a reason to continue with the mission, rather than just saying, oh, I'm out. I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for Showdown. In 4 weeks, I will be back with Doomslayer versus Master Chief. I hope you guys tune in for that one.
Dang, I wonder who's going to win that one. We'll see, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
It sounds like he's already got his winner, Gaw. I mean, he is a Spartan. I guess we'll find out.
Well, Brian, we can't wait to see that. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Fandom Minutes. Be sure to tune in next week. We got a very special one for you. Matt, you want to go ahead and tell them what we got?
So next week, we're going to kind of continue that whole horror theme, and we're going to go with, Resident Evil 3 reboot. And so this game just came out. People are way over it. They're totally all over it. and loving it. And so we are going to have some footage for you. And you want to tell them more about that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have my wife. She's a huge Resident Evil fan. She's gonna play some game, get some footage for us. We're gonna share that on the show. Do a quick review. I've been watching her play it. We're gonna go over what's happened and what we like and dislike about it. And hope you enjoy that. So in the meantime, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see, and we'll see you next week.
See you
Don't
guys
forget to
later.
stay safe out there, guys. Later.